Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and good evening, depending on what part of the world you live in. This is your captain and host speaking, Zombie Killer, and I humbly welcome you to an update on the project. This update in particular, well, actually, this video in particular is going to be heavily focused on the training aspect and getting you accustomed to the various forms of combat and how you can execute them. More is still going to be added, and I'll make sure I release more videos when that time comes. So don't worry about that. That's well on the way. I think I might have started deep into the castle during one of the cleric mages, so you'll notice some music. That was honestly not actually intended now that I think about it. Wasn't intending to show this to you guys yet, but I guess since I'm loading in, well, might as well at this point. That's a cleric mage. Cleric mages are going to heal like any enemies that'll be around their allies. They're able to heal, cure, and revive outright. So you'll notice if I'm constantly damaging this guy, notice he's not dying. That's because he's protected by this dude. I'm still working on the room. And on these corridors, I'm going to be adding something special when I get around to working on it. So yeah, I guess look forward to that. This is supposed to be the 4th level, the Royal Treasury, where the Queen stores all of her wealth at. Sorry about the chunk load. But yeah, this is going to be the hub world. And as usual, that's where you'll find crystals. When the final release is going to be done, all 5 of these doors will be closed and there'll be a barrier here sealing off. So you're going to need to clear all 5 levels, the 5th one is on the 2nd floor, before you can reach the last level. Now here we are where we need to be. Excellent. Yes, I know I said you should talk to Shining first, but I decided to switch things up a bit. He will brief you in on the actual mission once you've talked to this guy first, who will get you started with training. And attention, rookie. You're the one who had answered our captain's call, huh? You don't look like much to us. You'll need to prove yourself worthy to be a soldier before you can leave our camp. Got a problem with that? Too bad. Captain's orders. I'm ready for my training, sir. You think you are, huh? Good. I'll expect you to not disappoint us then. The captain and I will be waiting for you in the training course. Don't be late. I'll be there and ready, sir. See to it that you are, rookie. I'm not sure what it is, but out of all the possible new blood, Shining sees some promise in you specifically. I'm not sure why, to be frank, however. Then I'll be sure not to disappoint him. Report in, rookie. Have you completed your training yet? That guilty and pathetic look on your face is telling me that you haven't. Get your flank into gear, rookie. Yes, sir. You better get back to it. You will go through that course, and you will pass it without fail. We need as many trained soldiers as possible yesterday. Understood, sir. Alright then, please complete your training, then report back to the captain when you're finished. Over and out. At once, sir. I haven't gotten around to finalizing the shops yet. Because the topic of this video particularly will be covering up on training. Through here is our training course. You're welcome to always take it as much as you feel it to be necessary. Greetings, rookie. Welcome to our training course. In here, you'll be able to learn all the fundamentals of combat, situational awareness, critical thinking, and using your environment to your advantage. Are you ready to take this course, rookie? You bet I am. Actually, on second thought... Look, we don't have time for you to get full of hoops on us now. Like it or not, you will take this training course and you will pass it with flying colors. Do I make myself clear? Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Good. That's what I want to hear. Eager to fight for our cause. That's the attitude of a very strong soldier. We all have our hopes for you here. I trust that you won't disappoint us, yes? No way. I wouldn't dream of it, Shining. I'll be keeping track of your progress here. Make sure to listen to the instructors and follow their directions. You'll be just fine, I promise. We've got high hopes for you, rookie. Just proud. Yes, sir. Alright then, rookie. Welcome to the training course. We'll go over everything you'll need to know for your fight against the Evil Queen. The first lesson, identifying the many types of enemies that you'll encounter, and mastering what we like to call the combat triangle formula. Pay attention to what the instructors over there in the circle and the rest of the course have to tell you. Gather all the information you'll need before you proceed to your next lesson. Yes, sir. Right here we have what we like to call ranged enemies. Their attack strategy for the most part is hitting their foes from a distance. They're normally not too keen on getting more closer than they feel they should to their enemies. Most of them can be beaten pretty easily with some well-timed melee strikes to them. Corner them, and then let them have it, rookie. On a side note, ranged enemies that can fly will be immune to melee of any kind so long as they remain airborne. If you can ground them, they'll be very easy to pick off. Otherwise, rookie, fight fire with fire. Since most of them can use magic, don't be afraid to use some of your own. Keep that in mind, sir. Now we get to cover up on the meat and potatoes of the Queen's army. I'm talking about her pure brute force, melee enemies. These guys are fairly straightforward in their form of attack, grouping together to try to overwhelm their foes. These guys love to fight up close and personal. You can of course do the same, but that would be risky as close quarters is their specialty. Try using some of your your magic against the melee enemy to really ruin their day for them. Ranged attacks won't honestly do much against them, sadly. The only exception to this would be the brutes of the Queen's army. Do not, under any circumstances, approach a brute changeling unless you want it to kill you. Try either ranged or magic attacks on brutes if you ever run into any of them. Trust me, it'll take most of the stress out of dealing with those meatheads. Understood, sir. Alright then, rookie, these kinds of enemies are a bit more complex than your standard ranged or melee enemies. and by which they usually don't function in the manner that one would imagine them to. This can often make a magic enemy out to be an unpredictable threat. Think of magic enemies like you would a box of chocolates. Each type is unique from the other, and some can be more or less dangerous than the rest. Well, melee is normally not a good idea since they're magical, so try either ranged or magic on them. Yes, seriously, fighting fire with fire is a good way to quickly and efficiently get rid of these guys. Yes, sir. I'll be sure to remember that. Alright then, rookie. Downhill steps is where we'll go over your second lesson, the principles of stealth and evasion. Some enemies are a bit special, more so than most. Two in particular will be covered up on shortly. Alright, I'll be sure to pay attention. Okay, rookie, there are multiple ways to utilize stealth. Using an invisibility potion or spell, or by simply staying out of sight from enemies. It's also worth noting that mastering the art of espionage can become a very useful asset to you on your journey. Remember to always be aware of your surroundings, rookie. If you're caught by them, they will attempt to pursue you. Break their line of sight by hiding before turning back invisible. Alright then, noted. Depending on your situation, sometimes picking a fight might not always be the best strategy. If you're invisible, this depends on the enemy of course. Without getting too close, you can eavesdrop on the enemy's conversations to gain important information to assist you in places that you otherwise need knowledge from in order to proceed. You might even find it to be slightly amusing to hear some of their banter amongst themselves. Be sure to keep that in mind, sir. Okay, rookie, this is one of the several special types of changelings that you'll encounter throughout your journey. This is a stealth changeling. These guys use stealth to their advantage in a fight. Have you ever tried to fight your enemy by not fighting them at all? It's a surprisingly effective tactic they use. After all, the best kind of surprise is the one you don't see coming. Be wary of these guys as they have the ability to instantly kill you from behind should they sneak up on you. If you need more information regarding the various types of changelings, you can always consult our Captain's hologram for more helpful advice and tips to aid you in your mission. Understood, sir? While we're on the topic of special changelings and the importance of stealth, let's quickly go over on a particular type of enemy that absolutely will kill you if you attempt to fight them in any way, shape, or form. If you ever see an enemy with a red-colored skull over their heads, run away, rookie. Don't bother fighting them. Don't bother with fighting them. Just run, hide, do whatever it takes to avoid conflict with them as much as possible. Equestria cannot rely on you if you're dead. Right, I'll steer clear from them. Okay, rookie, you're doing good so far, but we're not done with you yet. Through this doorway will be the environmental portion of this course, learning how to use the terrain to your advantage, like jumping, dodging, ziplining, double jumping, and lastly, wall jumping. Get to it, rookie. Alright then, rookie. This portion of your course will cover up on movement and positioning. To perform your basic jump, press the space bar to jump. To double jump, press the space bar once, then while in midair, press it again to gain some extra air time. Here's a friendly tip for you. You can use your double jump to change the direction you're in to dodge enemy attacks. You can also use it to reduce or outright negate falling damage if timed right. The other soldiers will brief you in on the other means of using movement and your environment to your advantage. Understood, sir? Alright then, rookie. Wall jumping might be a bit more trickier to pull off than your normal jumping and double jumping. We've got faith in you. When you're right near a vertical slope or wall like this one right next to me, you're able to wall jump off it. When you jump, press and hold the shift key to stick onto the surface that you're going to jump off of. Beware that if you idle there too long, you'll eventually slide off of it. Once you're onto a surface, jump and then press and hold the shift key again to repeat this process until you reach the top of that wooden tower room. Yes, sir. barely do this. Easier in first person. Supposed to empty out my inventory. Okay, rookie, now we get to introduce you to climbing, gliding, and ziplining. Useful? You better believe they are. Any surface like this has either chains or vines on them like these can be climbed up on. Oh, excuse me. Any surface that has either chains or vines on them like these can be climbed up on. If you're onto higher ground and you need to get away in a pinch or to gain some extra distance if you're jumping, you can use tools like the hang glider or the electrodes to glide or hover to extend your jumps. Or you could also use zip lines to quickly get to lower ground, provided that you've also got an engineer skyhook equipped in your inventory. You'll also look really badass while using the zip lines, just like in the movies, but 10 times better. Anything else I need to know? Okay then, rookie. Now to tell you about the other various gadgets that you'll undoubtedly find to be quite useful in your quest. First off, the humble grappling hook. Whenever you see a hook or a pole that can be grappled on, you can use that to swing around in any direction. Press the shift key to steady yourself in midair. You can also get a nice view by doing this. Then use the action key to let go and jump in the direction that you're moving in. And also to ready your grappling hook. Then there's the jetpack, one of my personal favorites. What's not to love about these things? You could use it to fly. Make sure you keep the spacebar held down to ascend. Letting go of the spacebar will cause you to descend down. Always be sure to keep an eye on your fuel for your jetpack too. Yes, sir. Alright then, rookie. This part is where the fun comes in. Time to get down to the grid of combat. Up these stairs you will find information on first aid, melee combat, magic combat, and ranged combat. There is also the camp-approved combat arena to hone your skills before you go out and do it for real. Learning to survive should come naturally to any pony, so this should pose no problem for you. Oh, and don't be afraid, the enemies are holograms, they won't hurt you. Now get to working on those combos, rookie. Press the Z key to lock onto a target of interest. While you're locked on, you'll be in what's called combo mode. The more successful hits you land, your damage will stack. But if you were to stop, combo mode stops too. Just something to keep in mind. Try to experiment with all three together for wicked results. Don't get careless out there neither. Right, it should be fun. Ouch! Looks like you just took a nasty hit there, rookie. Remember that you're no Alicorn, nor are you invincible. Take too much damage and you're as good as dead. And you do not want that to happen, rookie. Remember to keep an eye on your health bar and statuses. Also make sure to keep yourself stocked, especially on plenty of health. Trust me, you'll definitely be glad that you did so. Always be aware of your surroundings. We've lost more of our brave soldiers that we'd like to recall because they were too prideful themselves. Try your best to not end up as another name on that list, or else the price will become quite costly if you do. Keep your wits about you and you'll be just fine, rookie. You made it this far. That shows us that you've got great potential. Yeah, I'll be careful. Okay, rookie, when you think of range attacks, distance is what usually comes to mind to most ponies and creatures alike. Anything that can reach an enemy from a longer distance can and will qualify as a ranged attack, period. Be it bows, slingshots, or boomerangs. If it can be thrown, it's ranged. Yes, sir. Hey there, rookie. Judging by that look on your face right now, I can see that you're curious as to how to fully use magic to fight. After all, what's a unicorn without his or her own magic? Just a miserable little pile of secrets, that's what. However, you seem to be a rather special case, rookie. There's something about you that grants you the ability to master magic like a unicorn, regardless of your race. Don't ask me how I know this, it's just a feeling I got by looking at you. You can harvest or purchase magic crystals to create custom spells. Or just try out what we've got in this chest for you for starters. Have fun, and make sure to get creative, rookie. Yes, sir, I'll do my best. Okay, rookie, time to learn how to use CQC, or Close Quarters Combat. This is honestly not too difficult to master. You just need to pick the right time to use melee. Same with the other two as well. Remember that if melee doesn't work out for you, always try either ranged or magic attacks. Take this sword in basic skill to be able to use your Z targeting ability to enter into combo mode. To switch to another target, just press the Z key again while locked on to break your focus onto that entity before you can switch to another one. You can use melee to begin a combo, then quickly switch to a ranged or magic attack to both follow up on and to finish off most enemies pretty quickly and to maximize your overall damage output. Yes, sir. This is the Z key. Notice I'm not using the camera. It's affixed onto the NPC. If you learn how to dodge, press either the A or D key twice in one direction to dodge. So move forward, dodge, you can dash. That's a tactical changeling. That's a sentry. The one that shoots magic at you. That's a bomber. And these are normals. Normals are standard enemies. Switches also lead to the training arena. So you made it this far, huh, rookie? I must admit, I'm impressed. You're just about finished with training, rookie. Now we'll go over on the importance of using your mind over your might. Since we're dealing with crystals, deceitful tricks and cunning puzzles and traps should be par for the course for you. Above this lift will be a small puzzle course for you to solve. Your goal is to find out how to disable the laser wall without touching it. Pay attention to any clues or any hints that might be able to assist you in solving this puzzle. Good luck, rookie. You'll need it. Gee, thanks, sir. Always be thorough in your search and inspect everything in puzzle rooms. What's the matter, rookie? Feeling stumped yet? There's no shame in being honest with us. No, I don't need any help. Alright then, if you say so, rookie, just let us know when you've had enough. Yes. Always be thorough in your search, rookie. Check the walls, ground, literally everywhere in this room that you can think of. Leave no stone unturned. Well then, not bad, rookie. Not bad at all. So you can fight and think too, it looks like. I think you're definitely raw soldier material for sure. I eat puzzles like that for breakfast, sir. Careful there, rookie. The only thing more worse than the enemy is excessive pride. Always remember that. Yes, sir. Got it. Yes. Oh, this is a bit of a pain. I'll have to fix that. Hold the shift key like this to keep yourself still and to change your direction. Whoa! Well, I'll be damned. You seriously made it through everything in flying colors. Well done, rookie. What should we say now? Soldier. I'll show that either. We have full confidence in you at this point. You've learned everything that we've had to teach you. I'll make everyone proud. Well done, sir. You're now a qualified soldier, just like us. Head back to Captain Shiny and be briefed in on your mission. Remember to always keep track of your money. You'll never know when it'll come in handy, sir. Hey there, sir. Nice work on clearing our course. Now go and give that queen and those evil changelings hell for us. Alright then, soldier, you went through training and passed in flying colors. And now that you have, from this point onward, you're a rookie no longer. How does it feel? Overwhelming, to say the least. We've all reached that point in our career, soldier. You'll eventually get used to it. Now it's my job to give you the key to leave camp and a bit of spending money to get yourself a head start on your journey. Try not to waste your cash, sir. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I'm confident now that you'll be ready to take on the queen. Make her regret ever trying to mess with Equestria, soldier. I'll show her. Better not disappoint us. You're supposed to be Equestria's last hope here. Alright then, ad player. You did it. You completed your training, and this means that you're ready to leave camp. So then, I'll brief you on your first official assignment as a soldier. I knew you were right for the job. For this job. Now listen up. I'm listening, Shine. Chrysalis, Queen of the Changelings, the bad ones, is once again up to her no good tricks at trying to usurp Equestria. I am unsure of how she managed it, but she stole the crystal heart of our empire. Without that keeping us hopeful and safe, there's nothing stopping the harsh and icy winds from consuming our home. Every pony would freeze to death. That player. I understand that this may be a lot for us to ask of you, but this mission will be anything but easy. It may even be our most difficult yet. I am ready, Shining. And it gets worse too. Chrysalis has also managed to capture the 4 main princesses of Equestria, leaving our nation without its rulers. She's also been busy with experimenting with creature and changeling DNA to create newer and even deadlier ones that we've never fought before. Chrysalis has pulled out all the stops this time, Mad Player. Your service to our cause is greatly appreciated. Tales will be told and songs will be sung of your heroic deeds, should you return back in one piece. I'll show her. Good luck out there and be careful, Mad Player. If you need any advice, make sure to talk to my hologram. I'm gonna fix that. For any advice that you'll need, watch it out there, especially when you're dealing with Chrysalis of all ponies. Yes, sir. I'm working on his during dialogue, so it'll look like this. I'm gonna work on the shopkeeper eventually. I'm gonna put all of these here temporarily. And just have money for what I need. Fuck off, Essel. You're just as weak, cowardly, and pathetic as these ponies are. Jeez, you didn't have to be such a dick. I'm going to equip a base weapon. Something reliable, but beginner ready. I'll equip, okay, throwing shuriken. $20. As far as magic is concerned, I'll get a few scrolls. Scrolls of freeze, 1 scroll of smoke bomb, and 1 scroll of arc. And equip a stock weapon. The iron sword would be good. As far as arrows, that should make sure that we're stocked for the purpose of this demo. Greetings, heroic pony from the blue. What is it that Sakura can do for you? I'm gonna need that. And I'll get one potion of resistance. Yeah, dying, again, I mentioned it previously, or if I haven't, I'm going to now. Dying is gonna suck in this adventure. That's one thing you want to avoid. Always hit checkpoints. You'll definitely be glad you did. As you can see, this will get quite challenging. That's going to be the brute fight. As you can see, melee doesn't work. Well, this concludes the demo, or this preview for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll keep you guys tuned in for any updates. You know it. So that's all the time I have for this video. This is Zombie Killer signing out. Have a good one.